Hi there, and thanks for joining us today for this week's installment of Inside F&M Wrestling. I'm Brad Weltmer here for GoDiplomats.com, and joining me as always is Franklin Marshall head wrestling coach Mike Rogers. Mike, thanks for sitting down here with us today.
Thank you.
So your team closed out the regular season last Friday against Millersville. It's the Rupp Cup. Your team took a dominant 41-3 win over Millersville. It was the fourth straight win in the series. You guys collected 4 pins, 2 major decisions. So it looked like a complete effort top to bottom throughout your lineup.
Yeah, it was a good performance for our guys, and it was a nice way to kind of end the dual meet season. And I guess one of my biggest concerns, we just came off a big win from Bucknell, and sometimes after a big win, you have a letdown a little bit. Maybe you think you're overconfident, and we really focused on finishing off the season right and making sure we don't take Millersville lightly. And the guys went out there, and what we wanted to see the guys do, again, we talked about performance, go out there and just dominate each match and try to, get that last bit of competition in before going into the postseason. And so maximize every opportunity you got. And the guys, especially the first 3 weeks, weights went out there and really did that. So it was a nice way to, again, our last home match, and we had the Rupp Cup. We had the dinner before, so a lot of those guys that were involved in the Rupp Cup, and they were there in senior night. So I think they were wrestling on a little bit of emotion too. It was they wanted to keep that streak going, and again, you just see when we get on a roll and we get some momentum, start at 25 and 33 and 41, it kind of carries over to the upper weights. So. So yeah, it was a great win, a great performance. Our guys really, went for the bonus when they could, and pushed their style of wrestling.
And then you have a little bit of a break, and then EIWA Championships start off March 8th in Philadelphia. So let's look at last season. Rick Durso took first place in the 141 bracket. A few of you guys picked up some wins in the tournament. So what are your team goals for this year, and what are you and your coaching staff doing to prepare your guys for the championships?
Really, our goal is we want everyone scoring points from 125 to heavyweight. I think our guys have shown that they can compete with some of the best guys in their conference. We just have to put it all together at one day, 2-day tournament, and if our guys show up, I think we can score points at every weight. But some weights are really deep, so our goal is I'd like to get more than just one guy out there. The last couple of years, we've only, ever since I've been here, we've only got one guy through to the NCAA tournament, which is a huge step forward because it's been a long time since we ever even did that. But I think we have the ability to send more than one guy there. And what weight classes, we have Rick, I think, is going to be a heavy favorite there, but he still has to wrestle tough. He has a tough weight class. But I think, any of those weight classes, we have guys that have potential of getting into those, depending on how many they're taking out. And if they're in the right spot and they wrestle tough, we should be, I'm hoping to take more than just one guy out to the NCAA tournament. Outside of that, again, our focus, we're not going to change anything we're doing, because I think if you put too much emphasis, on the conference, and this is a big deal, and, it's no different, you kind of separate it from everything else you're doing, it puts a lot more stress on them. What we're trying to do is, hey, this is just another tournament. We've done numerous tournaments this season. Only thing different is, the guy in front of you, but everything else is the same. So don't overthink it. We don't want our guys to be too relaxed, but we don't want to get them too, put too much emphasis on, hey, this is it. You got to make sure you do it, and getting them stressed out. So we're just approaching it like we did every other tournament. After the Millersville match, we took some time off, about 4 days, to get guys healed up and fresh, and then we're going to go hard for 3 days, take a couple days off, another 2-day push, and then we'll back off quite a bit, and really at that point just getting guys healthy and rested, and more taking care of the mental aspect of things, getting them focused, who they might see, and any tendencies that they can exploit if they're going to see a certain person. And just taking care of any little things that they can take care of. If we can make some minor adjustments in their wrestling. Right now, you don't want to mess with too much. If someone has a major fault in their wrestling, we're not going to change it in 2 weeks. You know, it's trying to just maximize what they're already doing, trying to minimize any issues they might have, and then just let it fly. I think our guys have shown that they're in great shape. If they're confident and they go out there and set the pace in a match, they can win matches. And so our hope as a team, to go back to your original question, I'd like to see every weight score points, and that would help the team standings, and then getting you know, more than one guy out to the NCAA tournament. It's hard to predict what weight class that's going to be. I think every one of our guys have potential of surprising a lot of guys and putting themselves in position to potentially get out to the NCAA tournament.
Well, thanks for sitting down here with us today, and good luck moving forward to the championships.
Yep, thank you.
And thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like F&M Wrestling on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, and subscribe to the Go Diplomats YouTube page.